alive. It means something different to everybody, of course, but for me, it's about being alive, having a life, get a life again.
Being alive to me, that name kind of represents owning the disease and not letting the disease control you.
Because, like I said, when I first got diagnosed, it's a very isolating disease, and I stayed at home, was depressed all the time, never did anything. I just got big, and I watched TV, and I didn't even answer the phone half the time, and I had no life. So being alive for me was getting my life back, and being alive again.
I think one of the hallmarks about being alive is that we really try to keep the flame of non-traditional approaches to wellness alive.
Hi, my name is Mark. I'm a volunteer of Being Alive. I think it's great. We're heading to a baseball game now. I think it's great. Thanks.
This is the 6th annual Strikeout AIDS, and we are honored to have with us tonight Southern California leaders in the fight against AIDS.
I was going through a phase of my life when things weren't really that good, and I had no resources, and I wasn't working, and I really love Christmas, and I wanted to make sure that I gave my family Christmas presents. So I had seen a flyer for Being Alive. It was the newsletter, their monthly newsletter, and on the back page it said that they had a ceramic studio that was free to all the members. I thought, ceramics. And I thought, my mother used to make ceramics when I was a kid. I thought that'd be a cool gift. So I came and I checked out the studio, and I became a member, and I started making gifts for everybody for Christmas. And I did this like in July, August time frame, and by about the middle of October, beginning of November, my gifts were all done, fired, completed, glazed, and I mailed them home for Christmas, and that's how I got involved. Well, we have one time a year, we have a big fundraiser called the Spirit of Hope Awards, and that's coming up soon. It's our pride and joy. You know, we make our own awards for it. This year we had a contest so that people in the ceramic studio submitted ideas for what the award should look like, and then we picked a winner, and now they're making the awards in the ceramic studio, which makes it even more wonderful because we're really saluting people in the community that have done outstanding work in the HIV area and made a difference. And so the fact that they're getting an award that was designed and created by HIV positive members just makes it more meaningful, I think, to the recipients. They should feel more and get more out of it, I believe.
We've got some really great draws to the Silver Lake office. One, Silver Lake being such a unique community in its own. It's very diverse, multi-ethnics, multi-backgrounds, multi-incomes. But it does have a huge gay population. It has a huge alternative population, musical, lots of musicians and bands and tattoo artists and colored hair, and people of all genres. And our office is really cool because it's an old house, so it's got a very very comfortable, relaxing atmosphere, and also yet it's very modern and hip, so to speak. So I think it's very attractive to this kind of crowd, which is so diverse and unique, but yet it's attractive. So you come here, you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, you feel like it's a safe place, you're reminded of home. We're also very conveniently located to lots of different things around Silver Lake that are popular and famous and well known, and also quite attractive.
We are serving both infected and affected. We believe that everyone is living with this disease.
Well, the reason why our group is, well, it's very unique for many ways, but I want to go back to answer your other question about how Being Alive is a peer led organization. We are as well, because we're also serving people whom are positive and negative, and our volunteers and our staff, our advisory team, they're all either infected or affected. So, you know, semantically, we are also still a peer-based organization. I am HIV negative. I am there to support people whom are either infected or affected. People whom are negative that attend to support a loved one will find a connection with me. Those that are positive will find a connection with me. However, those that are negative won't feel like the Lone Ranger there. We have a significantly large volunteer base, and everybody has one thing in common, and that's to be there unconditionally to provide emotional support and education to those who want it, need it.
You know, this disease, we're in the 22nd and 23rd year of the epidemic in Los Angeles, and a lot of people within our collective has been impacted in very profound ways by this disease. And so we needed to step up to the plate and address a lot of the things that have not been addressed with living long-term with this disease, and also newly infected. We target both newly infected and long-term survivors.
It's from an old Stephen Sondheim production, I believe, or an old Bernadette Peters song, and I didn't really know that until I started working here. But every time I saw the title of Being Alive on the newsletter, back when I used to work in Santa Barbara, I always said I thought it was really unique to kind of put that title forth and to really carry with it the notion that living with HIV or AIDS was that you could still be alive and you could still function. I think it moves away from the initial kind of thought of what this disease was about, that it was a death sentence, and I think that the name of Being Alive really encompasses what we're all about, what we strive our membership to be, is really to be alive, to still have faith in moving forward, into being empowered, into regaining a sense of self, into achieving wellness. And all those things, I think, are encompassed by those two little words, you know, being alive. That, you know, we're not going to give up. We're still going to persevere. We're still going to kind of move forward and live our lives, even though if we're living with HIV or AIDS, that we're not going to be weighted down, you know, by that. And it's a very hopeful, I think, name for an agency, and it's a very present name, I think, for an agency. And I really like that about the title that we've chosen.
She's the kind of girl that tends to brown, freckles on her elbows and her knees, and I'm the boy that passes through these towns. I leave before we find out what it means. I'll send a letter addressed to you. It says you're my California brown and blue, another coastline.